that was involved is urged to call police.
Two suspects are facing charges of burglary and theft after police say they broke into a home and several cars in Ladue. Credit cards, a gun, and a luxury car were reported stolen from several homes in that area. Courtney Bryan is live with the Bommarito Street Fleet in Ladue tonight with more on this story. Courtney.
Steve, police here in Ladue believe those suspects came here in September specifically for a night of crime. What's more, police say they believe the suspects may have taken the metro to get here. The crimes happened on the evening of September 11th, but this week charges have been filed against the second suspect accused in a string of burglaries, thefts, and car break-ins in Ladue. 20-year-old Antoine Brown and 19-year-old Devondre Mays are both facing charges of first-degree burglary and several charges of stealing. Together, police say they confessed to stealing cash and credit cards from cars parked on several streets off Litzinger Road. A gun was also stolen from an attached garage as the couple slept inside the house. Police say they went on to steal a 2015 Cadillac Escalade, which was used as a getaway car. The keys had been left inside. Both got away until police managed to track them down several weeks later.
We had a couple of patrol officers that were processing a car for evidence, and were able to lift some fingerprint evidence off of the car.
It was that evidence that led detectives to the suspects. Both have criminal backgrounds, which made it easy to find a match. But it's an outcome police say is highly unusual.
I've only made 2 fingerprint cases in 26 and a half years. They just don't happen that often.
Police believe the suspects may have used the metro to get into the area and commit the crimes. Police here tell me they're still investigating the full extent of these crimes. They've told me that their investigation involved working with several other police departments to determine just how much crime these two may have committed together.
This really is sweeping changes if you look at what has been happening in that city. Basically what a judge has decided, and he has just been put in place, he replaced the old judge, has decided to withdraw all of the warrants that exist in Ferguson at the time being, and that's all warrants. We made that clear with the city. It also gives you some idea, and there's sort of a list of things that this does. Basically, they're withdrawn, but the cases are not withdrawn. In other words, it's kind of wiping the slate clean, letting people come to court and try to resolve some of these issues. And one of the big issues is, of course, some of these warrants came from things like traffic fines or unable to show up to court. And so they said, all right, we're going to wipe these clean. You now come to court and we will either give you a payment plan or maybe community service if you cannot afford it. And if you're indigent, they may also just get rid of those fines altogether and you start from a completely clean slate. But there is, of course, criticism. Now, this is coming after more than a year of sustained protests. This is coming after the DOJ went after Ferguson, saying that it unfairly arrested and searched black people there for numbers that are just incredibly incredibly higher than white residents of Ferguson. And so some people are saying, hey, if some of these arrests in the first place were suspect, why don't you just wipe it all clean and start from zero? But the city says, look, this is an olive branch. These are sweeping changes. They're important changes. We're making an effort here. There is also